Today I will going to discuss about Realme 3 Pro and does it going to provide better specs than Redmi Note 7 Pro that was recently launched by Xiaomi, and also does it is in the aggressive price range or maybe lesser than Redmi Note 7 Pro price or not. So let's start. First of all, I am going to tell you about the Redmi Note 7 Pro. Well, Redmi Note 7 Pro, the highlighting features in it is the 48 megapixel camera at its primary end. But if you look at very precisely, then you are going to find out that 48 megapixel is only on paper. It is an enhanced 48 megapixel, that is 3 times of 16 megapixel, though it has the Sony IMX sensor, but as per the various reviews, the 48 megapixel photo is not revealing great amount of detail as expecting in that amount of resolution. So that is one of the marketing hype, you can tell. So I will definitely recommend you to wait for Realme 3 Pro for better specs. Though Redmi Note 7 Pro is available at around 14,000, but its camera, which is the main highlighting point at its primary end, is not revealing much amount of detail and also consuming about 10 to 12 MB of storage in your phone. So now, talking about Realme 3 Pro, I will tell you the launch date, though it is rumored, but before that I am going to discuss about its specs. So let's see its all rumored specs of Realme 3 Pro. It will be having OS of Android 9.0 Pie, custom UI of ColorOS, similar of that of Realme 3, and chipset of MediaTek Helio P70 or Snapdragon 675. We have to wait and see for that. And RAM of 6GB and 64GB storage, screen size of 6.3 inch, screen resolution of 1080p, so it is an full HD screen of IPS LCD screen, camera of 20 megapixel front primary, is another rumored is that 16+5 or 48+5, and battery it is having a 4500 milliamps hour. So these are the good specs. As you can see, does it have a 48 megapixel at its primary end in order to give tough competition with the Redmi Note 7 Pro? Does it has that? Well, that is one confusion, or one rumored is that it is going to have 16+5 at its primary, and in another case it is telling that it is going to have 48+5 at its primary. So we have to wait and see what are its features available actually when it launches the phone. And one thing I am going to tell you that it is going to launch in a very aggressive pricing, maybe lesser than Redmi Note 7 Pro. So it is worth waiting because it is providing, another rumored specs is that whether it is providing a Helio P70 processor or a Snapdragon 675, which is there in the Redmi Note 7 Pro. But both, I can tell you, both are good processor and providing good performance, so you can trust on both the processor. Next is that Redmi Note 7 Pro allow 4K recording, video recording, and also has the EIS, that is electronic image stabilization. So we need to see whether Realme 3 Pro is providing 4K recording in video mode, and also whether it has EIS or it is providing through software update or not. Next is the both at front and back Redmi Note 7 Pro is providing with Gorilla Glass 5 protection. Well, Realme 3 Pro maybe back is polycarbonate, but it may provide the same amount of protection as Redmi Note 7 Pro is having. So these are the some highlighting features which you can see that Realme 3 Pro may be having, and it will be launching in very aggressive pricing, that is lesser than maybe 14,000. And the launch date I am going to announce is that on April 10. Yes, April 10 is the rumored launch date of Realme 3 Pro. So it is worth waiting till April 10 if you want to have a good mid-range phone having aggressive pricing also and good specs. So that's all for today's video guys. If you like this video, then definitely share this and subscribe to my channel Tech Travel Gyani for more interesting technical video, traveling vlogs and interesting stuff like this. Thank you.